Gosh. All right. So, welcome to another town hall meeting, another guild town hall meeting. And thank you very much for coming down, showing up, checking in, whatever it is. And I see that we have everybody on Twitch. We have a bunch of people in Mumble. We have a bunch of people in game as well. And thank you guys all for joining us on such short notice. And I apologize for that. Normally, we try to give you a week or so to kind of be able to get down here. But this time around, it kind of crept up on me because Labor Day is coming up and I'm going to be gone in Seattle. And I don't think that I'd be able to do a town hall meeting while working at PAX. I don't think, Darius, is that allowed?
I should probably unmute myself. But yeah. It is allowed. There's just a hefty fee you have to pay in order to do it.
Well, no, we don't want fees. We don't want any fees. So, so welcome. We've got a bunch of stuff to talk about tonight, including the guild website, and we've got some bank stuff to talk about. We have a new raid liaison head of the department over there. We're going to talk some greeter stuff. We're going to talk some event stuff. And we will talk about the party to be held at Blizzcon on the Friday night of Blizzcon. So make sure to stick through the whole thing. We've got a load to talk about right now. So let's maybe kick it off. And Darius, going to throw to you first because there have been some major overhauls to the website, and I want to get you to talk to people about exactly kind of what's going on with all of that. Okay?
Yeah, we have an internet website. It's on the internet, but basically the biggest changes to the website are in relation to either putting a new tune into the guild or adding an alt to the guild. The way it goes right now is if you went to convertraid.com/apply and you filled out this form and whatnot, and we had this back end which I designed for a couple hundred people. Well, now that we're a couple thousands of people, that's changed. So now we've got this whole back end for our welcoming committee, which is really great for them. It allows them to create or invite your alts much faster. But the way the process goes right now, the new process is you go to convertraid.com/guild and you log in with your forum username and password if you have one. If you don't have one, you can create one either on the forums or on that website right there directly. It doesn't matter. And then you log in and you can add a new tune to the guild if you don't have a tune in the guild yet, or you can find a CCR LFG and find an officer in there or a welcome committee person in there, and they can link it to your account pretty easily. So it's pretty good for tracking all that stuff. But we also have a really good event system in there now. So if you go to convertraid.com/guild, you can see that all of the upcoming events are listed in there. And you can now, using that same account from before, your forum account or your convertraid.com account, they're the same thing, you can RSVP for events. You can RSVP as to what you are, what role you play, and any notes you might have. This allows everybody to see what's coming up without having to check the forums or anything like that. You can see everything by day. You can see everything over the months and whatnot, and you can see who's going to be there, how many people. This is a pretty cool new system that we're implementing. And you do have to have the account, but again, like I said, it's your forum account as well. Now, on Friday or Thursday, I believe it was, Blizzard did an amazing thing for us. They released a Battle.net OAuth, which allows us, and we'll implement this shortly in the future here, to have you use your Battle.net login to log into other sites. So Wowhead's implemented this. I think MMO Champion might as well, and a few others. But basically the way it'll work is there'll be a button on our page that just says login. It'll take you to battle.net, where if you are already logged in, it'll present a screen and say, hey, do you want to log into convertraid.com using Battle.net? You click yes, and then it sends us back a yes or no. The yes says, yes, this person is real, and they put in their info correctly, or no, it's not this person. It doesn't send us your username or password or anything like that. It's all done on Blizzard's side through their system. So it's in fact much more secure than most other things. Blizzard is keeping all the information. But the great thing about this is as soon as you log in, it sends us all the info about your account, like tunes and guilds. So we will know when you log in, if you've got an alt that's level 15, that's on Airy Peak, that's not in the guild, that, hey, this is probably the tune you want to invite to the guild. So you click that, and you would click yes, I want an invite, and our welcoming committee would get a notice right away without you even having to go in game or go hunt one of them down or something. We would know already that you wanted to be in. This is a great new thing for us. It also allows us to pull back guild data and stuff too. It's awesome that Blizzard did this. We're really excited for it, but it's going to make adding alts to the guild so much easier. And it might even prevent me in the future from kicking tunes that, inactive tunes with accounts that are still really active and someone just forgot after 60 days. Or if I do kick them, it's easy to get them added back in. But again, that's convertraid.com/guild. That's got the event stuff. That's got, if you're not in the guild, a way to get invited. And it's going to have, in the future, a way to add your alts. But all that's right there. And it's also, this is secret, so don't tell anybody. But it's also going to be the place where our raid builder tool is going to stem from, using that same login stuff.
Wait, what? Raid builder tool? What?
Yep. So this thing that we've talked about like for a year now, but is actually coming along pretty well. This whole welcome committee application system and event system had a higher priority, but now that that's close to done, this raid builder tool will be housed there. So if you haven't seen that stuff yet, go ahead and check it out. And like I said, when we implement the Blizzard's OAuth system, it's going to ask you for your Battle.net login and password if you're not already logged in. But again, that it's not sending anything to us other than a yes or a no. Basically, it's not sending us your username and password, so it's completely safe. I know some people are already worried about it because they've seen it on Wowhead and things like that, but that's all that's doing. We're not getting any personal data from you at all, and I honestly think there's a much more secure way to do this.
Well, I know is that you and Macus really need to start doing less. Because you've been doing a lot behind the scenes. I mean, just incredible tons of stuff. And actually, there's a lot more coming. And I don't.
We can definitely.
I actually don't want you to do
less.
less. I don't want you to do less. I was just kind of trying to make you feel good
We
about
are
yourself.
both capable of being really lazy.
I don't want you to do less though. I want you to keep doing what you're doing because it's really awesome. And guys, you don't understand how hard these guys have been working behind the scenes. It's incredible. They've basically rewritten the entire website from top to bottom and kind of torn it apart and built us a bunch of tools to help you guys do stuff and to help our greeters and our event planners and everybody and the raid liaisons as well. So, I mean, we're really trying to take care of all the departments, which means that we can take care of you guys a lot better.
Thank you guys for all going to convertraid.com and bringing the website down, by the way.
Yes, thank you for that.
It's now down. So
it's now down. It's now down. All right. Well, there you go. Apparently we have some stuff to shore up still. Oh boy, I tell you. So what else? Is there anything else happening with web that we need to talk about?
No, I'd say that's about it for right now. That's as far as town halls related. That's pretty much it. The event stuff, the invite stuff, the entire website about 2 weeks ago got a complete overhaul. As far as it looks the same to you guys, but in the back end it is completely 100% different. And it should run faster when you guys all don't bombard it and take it down.
Right.
So
we'll shore that up. We'll put a couple of 2x4s in on the back end of the website, I guess. And just so you guys know, if you guys have any questions that you want to ask us, Navix, you're going to be helping out in our Twitch chat. Jules, you're going to be helping out, and there are other people as well helping out in Guild chat. And Nate, spelled with a K, Nate is going to be helping out. If you have anything that you want to ask, you can PM Nate in Mumble. And so we'll get to all your questions here towards the end. But right now, I always love it when people come and join me in game. They're like, oh, I know exactly where you are. Here, hold on. I'll show you guys. There you go. So somebody's joined me. It's always so funny. Oh boy, that's awkward. Okay, all right. You'll see it in a sec, guys. So let's go along to. We've got a couple of smaller announcements, and the first one is going to be from Sola Fly, talking about bank stuff. Sola.
Hey, what's up, guys? Yep, my name's Solar. I'm a member of the Iron Council, and I also run the banking department. And I'm going to be talking about guild repairs right now. And they will be going up after a very long time of staying at 40 gold, but they are all up now. If you've noticed, they have been raised to 75 gold. With the recent activities from the Black Prince and Valor buffs, along with the boosted 90s, guild activity has actually boosted the reservoirs quite heavily. So we've been allowing you to take more out. So I think 75 gold should cover a fairly decent repair. It's definitely better than 40. But
yeah, I mean it's still tough because we have so many different raiders that we need to cover during this whole time, and so I mean it all kind of gets watered down a little bit, right? I mean it's tough. So we're trying to do what we can, and thank you, Solar, and the rest of the bankers for being able for keeping an eye on it, so we could actually get you some more repair money. I know it's 75 gold is kind of dropping the bucket if you're facing Siegecrafter on heroic for the first time for the first 200 pulls. So but 75 is almost double what we had before, so yay.
Yeah, and then like with WOD coming up too, there's going to be tons of activity in the guild. Completing those guild challenges also generates a lot of revenue. If you do scenarios that cover that in one guild scenario, you can cover 5 people's repairs for the day. So just things like that adds up a lot, and then we can get that even that number up to even 100, 150 come WOD. Who knows? But we have a lot of gold now, so we'll see how it goes.
Now, are you guys going to be looking for more help in banking in the foreseeable future at all?
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, speaking of that, something is going to happen in the next couple of months. Definitely before WOD, though. We're going to clean out the banks of all non-WOD materials. So that includes anything Panda related is also going to be thrown out, because we're just going to clean the entire bank system and make room for WOD. So everything's going to be relevant.
Oh, sure. So you're going to try to make everything relevant for the game? What? That makes no sense.
I mean, we're just cleaning up for out with the old and with the new, right?
Yeah, cool. Anything else going on?
No, that should cover it for now. I think everything's going pretty well.
Awesome. Well, in that case, we'll throw it over to Navox, who is in the communications department and also a member of the Converted podcast. If you guys don't know about the Converted podcast, I would encourage you all to go check it out. It has great interviews with guildies, and it's all about our community right here in the CTR Guild. So, Nav, go ahead, take it away, buddy.
Awesome, Zog. Thanks. Yeah, guys, how's it going? I just want to let you guys know that there's going to be a lot of events coming up prior to BlizzCon, even into BlizzCon. And the way to get updates would be to follow the CTR Guild over on Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter account, I strongly suggest setting one up just to follow the guild. A lot of things get posted. For example, our town hall meeting got posted there recently. I know it was last second, guys, but it's just a fun way to keep up with all the guild happenings. You can follow Zug, Jules, Darius, everybody, and just keep up to date on what's going on.
All right. How is everything else going?
Everything else is good. We're monitoring. The forums have been slow. I've been watching it. Like I've noticed that.
We've had a little drop off, is what you're saying.
Yeah, we've had a little bit of a drop. Yeah, just a little bit.
Imagine that you have 12 months of a particular raid instance going on, and it starts to drop off a little bit.
Yeah, but it's going to pick up with Warlords, especially with BlizzCon. And guys, just definitely, like I said, set up a Twitter account, follow us, and tune into. I'm going to plug it, shameless plug, to the Converted podcast.
Yeah, do it. And I would also suggest that everybody make sure that you get an account on the forums. It's very important, especially as we move through with a new database and all that stuff. You got to have an account anyway, so might as well grab one now if you don't already have one, and get used to communicating in those forums and that kind of stuff. I mean, especially if you have a raid team, this is going to be a big thing moving forward, because Nate has some information for you. Now, for those guys that don't know, Lou has stepped down from being the raid liaison from the head liaison position, and she's. I haven't actually talked to her for a little bit, but she's doing good. She's doing good. And Nate has stepped in. Nate and Part Shark are actually a great team together, and Nate has been nominated by both myself and Part Shark to be the head raid liaison, and to make sure to be able to talk to you guys about what's coming up. So if you're a raid leader or a raider, this may affect you. So please listen up to Nate. Take it away, bud.
Thanks, Doug. So the big thing that we're going to talk about today, I just want to give you a heads up, is that right before the start of Warlords, we are going to do a raid team purge. That means all teams on the forums are going to have their team pages thrown into the inactive pile. And everybody is going to get demoted to back down to the Molten Core rank. We're tentatively planning on doing it November 10th, which is the Monday right before Warlords comes out. That way we don't run into any extended server maintenances or anything like that, and we're not scrambling to get it done the night of the expansion. Basically, we're doing this just to kind of wipe the slate clean, and when you have a tune of 8,000, 9,000 guild of 8,000, 9,000 people, it's kind of hard to keep track of who all's raiding and who isn't. So we're going to do this just to kind of reset the board, and we'll have more details at a later date. I'll put them up on the forums, and I will certainly tweet it out, and I will make sure that the guild Twitter tweets it out so you guys know what's going on. I'm very easy to get a hold of as well, so don't hesitate to contact me with any questions about it. But once Warlords comes in, we'll have teams re-sign up as they start to get rolling when the raids roll out. And it'll be back to business as usual. We might move some teams around depending on how many teams we have in certain guilds. I know we have quite a few teams that are probably going to go mythic that are all piled into one guild, so we might move some of them around to kind of distribute the load a little bit. So there's that. And we talked about the daily repair limit, so thanks again to Solar and the Bank Committee for doing that. I'm also going to plug the Converted, because I am now doing a segment on the Converted.
Nice.
For raid teams in the Convert to Raid Guild. And I have a post out on the team pages section of the forums where I want you guys to give me some updates. Tell me what you're doing. Did you get a new boss down this week? Did you finally kill Gary? Tell me that, because this segment is really it's not for me to show up on a podcast every 2 weeks and just run my mouth for 10 minutes. It's for you guys to share your achievements with the guild and celebrate your own achievements. So, by all means, please post in there. I try to cultivate the best stuff from the week. And I'd like it to keep being a great thing going forward. So please shoot over there and do that. And then the other thing I want to talk about real quick is just a mention to the raid leaders out there, is that I want to, in the future, I've been wanting to do this probably since I started as a raid liaison. But it's kind of hard to keep your head above water when you dive into this deep of a pool all of a sudden. Is that I want to try to keep in touch with the raid leaders, try to do a raid leader summit, like maybe quarterly or every 4 months or something like that, just to make sure that you guys have what you need.
That's cool.
Address some of the needs that you have, give you a chance to talk to me directly, and we'll have Part Shark there as well. So that's an idea I'm kicking around. So
That's
hopefully we can get that rolling.
That's awesome. That sounds really, really cool. So guys, just make sure that you know, right around BlizzCon, everybody's ranks are going to be changing. It will be momentarily done, and it shouldn't be more than a couple of days, right? Right, Nate?
Sure.
where they're like, everybody's back down to Molten Core. Well, I guess, yeah, they'll be on it. They'll be on it. So
Yeah.
we're just
Well-
trying to get ready for Warlords.
Yeah, we'll have details that come out, and we'll re-promote as we figure out. Okay, these are the people who are on this team,
Mhm.
and it'll hopefully be a lot easier with the new application system and the new Blizzard OAuth API and all that stuff. The raid
Pretty cool.
Yeah, and Darius talked about the raid builder tool that's coming. I've heard about it. I haven't seen it. I don't think there is a.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know that there's a visible thing, but
It's pretty cool.
it sounds awesome.
I
and
haven't-
It's going to be a lot easier for us to take care of you
I
guys too.
haven't been able to play with it too much, but it was pretty cool when I saw it. I was like, "What? Get out of here! That's sick." Stupid. All right, let's move it along and let's talk about events real quick. So turrets, get ready. Now, I'll remember CTR guild, or sorry, converttoraid.com/guild will get you to the guild page where all the events are. The person that helps put all of those events together and help coordinate all that stuff and help make sure that we have everything that we need for these events is Turarts, and she's been doing an incredible job. And she's got a bunch of stuff probably to talk about, don't you?
A few things, yeah. Some things have already been mentioned, though, so that's good.
So what's going on in your world?
In my world, well, the calendar is up, which is exciting. And it is awesome, guys. I know Darius has already talked about it, but I cannot thank him and Macus enough for it. It's a timeline system. I think, is the webpage still down? Don't go to the webpage yet. Give it a little bit.
It's up right now, but when you all go, it will crash again.
Right.
Maybe.
Don't go to the webpage yet. But no, it just shows days that events are, so you don't actually have to sift through and be like, is there an event on this day? You can RSVP. There's a lot of great features there. The forums are still going to be there. That's where you will have the discussion. If you have questions, you'll post. But this is an all-in-one place, something we've needed for a while. And, Darius, you and Macus are just awesome. This is so brilliant. And then I was also going to talk about how event news, obviously this calendar is going to be big, the forums, and then make sure you're checking out the Converted because I'm on there every 2 weeks. So another plug for the Converted because that's where we get all the upcoming event news, things that are happening over the next couple weeks. Other than that, a few events, Sundays, starting the 7th, will be Event Planner Day. So what we'll be doing is at 11 a.m. server and 6 p.m. server, hosting a quick world boss tour. They take like 20, maybe 30 minutes if something happens. And then afterwards, trying to set up some flexes and LFRs. This is kind of a great way to, if you have that alt you need gear on, get in there. But mainly the purpose of this is to get to know your event staff and get to know other guildies, start really building that sense of community. So those will be starting on the 7th, and they'll be on the calendar tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, guys, this is really a great way to get to know people, step outside your comfort zone a little bit maybe. And, a different event planners will be hosting it each week, so you'll get to know that staff. That way, when they're kind of off hosting their own events, you kind of have an idea of who they are. Another event we're doing, so this summer Alone has given us a lot of great things. We had that Siege run, we had the Challenge Mode run, and now Prize, who is the tank for their heroic team, is stepping up and doing a Raiding 101, at least that's what I'm calling it. And what we're doing is we have 8 slots filled with people who kind of know about raiding or have been raiding, and the rest of it we're going to fill with new raiders. So when I say new, I mean you really haven't done any raiding either at all or on the class that you're signing up to be on this team for. We've had a lot of entries with people who already have like 580, 588 gear. They've killed Gary a couple times. I'm glad that you want to join in on this, but we're really looking for new raiders. Once we get the team filled, we're going to be streaming this. We're going to be in Mumble. It's really a session where he's going to answer all your rating questions, from beginning questions to heroic questions, to set you up so that when you go into WOD, you have the tools you need for whatever level of rating you want to do. This is an amazing opportunity. It's going to be September 6th at 6 p.m. server. Probably expect it to go 3, maybe 4 hours, because it's not just going in and killing the flex bosses right away. We're going to be setting up, we're going to be talking strat, answering questions, and then killing the bosses. So this is really, no matter what your level of rating is, a great place to come and listen. If you want to be in on the flex team that goes in, really cannot stress enough, we want you to be new. Something he says is he wants beginners with the willingness to listen and to learn. So please keep that in mind if you sign up, but otherwise come and join the fun, get your questions answered. It's really going to be a blast. And again, I can't thank Prize enough for doing this for us. I know we have some great people who are stepping up in the vet positions who are going to help out as well. So this should be an amazing event and an excellent opportunity to kind of get yourself prepared for when Warlords releases.
Yep, and I want to say that as well. It's been great to see Alone kind of come into our community as well as us kind of going to them. And this is what we're all about, right? We're about community, teamwork, and respect. So that we're helping each other put the C in community for CTR. That's amazing stuff.
Yes, yeah, and I've been talking to Prize a lot about this. And I know I've had people who have approached me who said they didn't want to sign up because they thought they wouldn't be good. As long as you're willing to listen and learn, please sign up for a chance to be on the raid team, or at least come and listen and ask questions. No question is too small, or if you think it's stupid, it's probably not. There are probably 5, 6, 7, 8 other people who have the exact same question. They just don't want to ask it. So this is kind of the big event that we have coming up. We will be setting up and doing some Molten Core flexes when the 10th anniversary releases, but that's still a way away. And then the year anniversary, we'll be starting getting some things out on that soon too.
We're already talking about the 2nd year anniversary of CTR, and we've been around for a while. I mean, it's a year and a half, but which is great, which is awesome.
I have to start thinking about it.
You're always working so far ahead. It's crazy. You guys are nutty. Anything else going on?
Event, we have little things like the Extra Life event is coming up. I guess it's not little. It's a great charity opportunity. Assimi is really heading that up. There's more information on how you can participate or help out on the forums. And then we just finished the Professions Fair. We do still need donations for that, but sign up has ended. Everyone who's donated so far, thank you so much. For those of you who have signed up, I am still working. Mats will be dispersed as we get them.
Cool. Yeah, we were working on it a little bit differently than back in the AIE days, which is probably a good thing, because damn, that fair was chaos from all accounts. As far as like what Solar Flare has told me about what the AIE craft fair was all about, man, that was craziness. So I'm glad that we're doing something, and I'm glad that we're doing it maybe a little bit more, I don't know.
I don't want to say organized, but yes, that's the word.
I don't know. I mean, it's not better or worse. It's just kind of different, right?
It fits our needs, I feel.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, thank you very much, TerArts. And again, guys, go to the forums. Make sure that you're using those forums as we go through. Get familiar with them if you're not, because once we hit Warlords, man, we're gonna hit that train again, and we're gonna start going fast. That we're gonna see a lot of new people joining us, and a lot of activity, and a lot of different things going on. So be ready for it. And finally, well, not quite finally, but I want to shoot it over to Jules, who is she is the head of our welcome committee, and she's been managing those guys over there and doing a phenomenal job. The welcome committee is by far some of the hardest working, most devoted people that are in this guild, because they are on at all hours taking care of your alts and your those new guys that are joining the guild and all that kind of stuff, answering questions and doing it with a smile on their face, and cannot thank those guys enough for all that they do. And Jules, what is happening with the greeters?
Well, hi guys. If you don't know who I am, I'm Jules. I'm one of the members of the Iron Council and the leader of the Welcome Committee. And so the Welcome Committee are those people who get you into the guild. They get your alts into the guild. And we have been going through, as you have heard, a bit of a transition, because we have a new database, which is going to make our lives tremendously easier, but we're still kind of working out some of the final bits of it. And as Warlords is now going to be approaching pretty quickly, I am in need of some help, but I'm in need of some pretty specific help right now. So if you're interested in becoming a greeter for the guild, which is also kind of an introductory officer position, it's a way for you to get a chance to see how the guild works, how we do things on the inside, and all those great things, plus giving time, your own time, to help people get into the guild. I'm looking for folks who have about a 5-hour a week availability during our regular invite times, which are mornings and evenings on Sundays, evenings on Mondays, and afternoons on Thursdays. So if you do have that kind of availability, I'm looking for this. I am also looking for some people who are a little bit more tech savvy and comfortable with new tech, because our database is changing pretty much every week and sometimes every day. And so there's going to be some flexibility involved in using this system. And that's what I'm looking for right now. If you are interested, please send us an email to ctrofficers@gmail.com. That is our officer email, and anything related to officer type things. If you have questions, if you have concerns, and also if you want to apply for these types of positions. So yeah, we're looking for your help, and let me know, and just tell me about yourself, what makes you interested in becoming a greeter, because it is a great and important role, but it will take some of your time. And it's so, we want people who are okay with maybe sitting down and farming herbs or that kind of thing for a couple of hours a week. And yeah, so thank you to all of our greeters who are currently on duty. They are doing an amazing job in making sure that you guys have coverage. And we're always trying to make sure that we're covering the times that we promise and more. So that's about it on the greeter front.
Right on. And we'll be able to get to some of your questions here moving forward. Once again, we have Navax hanging out in Twitch. We have Jules hanging out in Guild. We have Nate in Mumble. So if you guys want to flag those guys down, PM them, whatever you can. And if you have a question, just make sure to let it fly. Now comes the big thing where I get to talk about BlizzCon. BlizzCon's going to be a lot of fun. It was last year. That was my first BlizzCon ever. We held an event at the Hilton on the Friday night of BlizzCon, and it was a blast. And I think that everybody that was there had a really great time. We all sweat a lot, but I mean, other than that, it was a really good time had by all. Lots of wonderful, friendly people, and really, it was great to meet a lot of you guys at BlizzCon, and I hope that we have more people coming this year because we have more room this year. I'll give you kind of the lowdown of the party and what you guys can expect in the next, probably, let's say the next month of stuff coming up for BlizzCon, because there is going to be some stuff coming up. We have, for the party itself, we're still going to do the Friday night, because Friday night, you need a party. You need it. It's got to happen. And Jules and I and we have a committee of people from around the Signals Media All-Star Network and around the Guild that are working together to make sure that this thing happens the right way. It's still going to be on the Friday night. We're not just going to be Convert to Raid and the Convert to Raid Guild and the Converted. No, this time we're gonna extend that to all of the Signals Media All-Star Network. So the Signals Media All-Star Network is going to be a big part of it. And for those guys that don't know, other shows include Torn Think Tank with Jules. We have Mick Montgomery and his shows like The Starting Zone, and there's Stormcast and other things as well. My Epic Heals, and let's see, who else? The Converted, of course.
I think you got everybody.
I'm trying to. I hope that's everybody. If not, I'm sure that you can go to the signalsmedia.com site. Although it's probably crashed out now if you all have gone to it. But we're gonna open it up to all these different shows and bring in some more personalities, bring in some more show for you guys. Hopefully make it bigger, better, and less sweaty. Those are the big goals for this year. We have
Please don't make that the motto for the party. Bigger, better.
now I kind of
less
want
sweaty.
to. Now I think I want to. But we're coming up on our end with what that looks like and what it's going to be called. I don't know yet. We have a temporary name, but temporary names are temporary. So I don't want to unleash that beast too soon. And so we've got all that stuff going on kind of in the background. We're going to be a part of the ballroom this year, which means that we'll have 20-foot ceilings instead of 11-foot ceilings, which means that the heat can go up another 9 feet. That's good. And we'll also be able to hold like a couple hundred more people. So that's good too. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys if you're planning on going. We're going to have some sponsors with some giveaways. I think we already have stuff from Jinx that we're going to be giving away, like cool stuff that you haven't seen yet, that I haven't seen yet because it's not made yet. So new stuff from Jinx. It's always awesome. And we'll have a ton of other giveaways too. I have no doubt about that. But we'll get more information out to you soon. The other thing that we're going to do as a way of fundraising, and I want to let you guys know about this beforehand, is that we're going to have a guild store. We're going to have it'll be a party store, if you will, the Blizzcon party store. So we'll have stuff. We'll have shirts, mugs, other promotional material, and that will all be in the BlizzCon party store, whatever we're calling it. And I'm not releasing that name yet. But we've got a bunch of fun designs that we're dealing with, and it will all be exclusive to the online sales. And the only reason that we might bring it to BlizzCon as well, but those would be the only places that it would be, either online or at the event itself. So be looking for that stuff. It should be cool, fun, unique, and it's to help raise funds for the party because we're dealing with budget that is kind of out of control at this point. And it's much bigger than it was last year, so we're going to be asking for your help. So that'll be coming down probably in the next month. And I'm sure that there will be specific questions on that. I don't want to get too specific yet because it's still some time away and things may change. But we are planning on having a store as a part of the donation process. So anything else that we can say about the party? Jules, you've been working with me a lot with the party stuff. Anything else that we can say? I don't know.
Well, no, you said pretty much all we can say right now, but I can promise you that this is going to be amazing, and there's going to be a ton of really, really cool things before the party for the people who can't make it, and if we have our way, for the people who aren't going to be there. That's all I'll hint.
Yeah, that's the other thing too, is that we do want to make sure that we're taking care of not just the people on site, but the people that can't make it as well. So we'll do our best. We'll do our best to make sure that you guys get everything you ever hope for and so much more. It's all about dreams this year. That's our theme. Dreams. Raider dreams. Maybe not. I'm not sure. All right. I think that's enough blabbering from me. So why don't we take questions? And I'll let you guys shoot off some questions. So Navix, I saw some stuff happening in Twitch. You got anything written down?
I do, yes. Actually, one came through for Jules. If there are any plans to have any greeters available from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. server time.
I actually just received an application from someone who can do that time and is going to be joining the team within the week. So yes, the answer
Excellent.
is yes.
And
but
then,
I'm always open for more. So if you have that kind of availability and you're interested, please send us an email to ctrofficers@gmail.com. And tell me about yourself. Tell me about what makes you so excited to do this job, because I want people who are excited and happy to be inviting people.
Yeah. And any other questions there, Navix?
Yeah. Actually, Zug, this one's for you. Along with the store purchase, is there going to be a donation link somewhere that folks can donate to?
Yeah, I think so. I think that we'll see if we can get that set up as well. Because I know that not everybody wants stuff, but again, I think that the goal for this store is going to be that as of right now, we're looking at probably increasing the margins a little bit from cost to what it actually goes for, normally online, to kind of help us make sure that we're able to get to this party. And that way, we want to make sure that we give you only the best in return and make sure that we're giving you exclusive stuff only to this particular sale or this event, so that it won't go outside of it, so that it's just your own little secret, oh, I helped type of moment. You know what I mean? Everybody who bought something will go, oh, you helped too. Awesome.
And I have a message here, a question that came in from Spencer. He wants to know, with BlizzCon happening in November, when will the next town hall meeting be?
The next town hall meeting will be tomorrow.
Excellent. I will let him.
Well, we normally do this. We normally do this every, few 4 months. This last one has gone a little bit longer, but then again, there hasn't been necessarily a ton of news to talk about. I think as we get closer to the big November date, I think we'll probably want to do something beforehand. I'm not sure exactly what all that will entail. I don't know. We might have to just I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Let's try to shoot for sometime before the release of Warlords and leave it at that.
Seems good.
All right.
Sounds great.
Nate or Jules, do you guys have anything?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Hawkeye would like to know how we're handling recruitment of volunteers for the party.
Ah, yes. The party, once we get everything set on the back end of things, and get all of we have different heads of departments on site for the party. I'm gonna have those guys go look through the forum posts, because I know that everybody kind of put in their availability and their want to do stuff. So we're gonna have the department heads go through that stuff and make sure that you guys still want to do stuff on site, and then we can work it from there.
All right. I have a question from Morn. They're asking about the Alone Rating 101 event. They say, I'm not new to raiding, but I've never tanked before. Would this be something for me?
Yes.
There you go.
Like, what we're looking for is either new to raiding or you're new to that spec rating. So if you've never tanked before and the tune you're signing up with, you're welcome to join the flex. The event itself is open to anyone to listen in on, to ask questions, but the actual participation in the flex, we just want new to rating or new to that spec. Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, I don't have any more questions. I didn't mention this during my long-winded spiel. Guys, if you need to get a hold of the raid liaisons for whatever reason, shoot us an email to ctrraids@gmail.com. And and we're pretty good about keeping up on that and getting back to you guys. So just shoot us an email and we'll be in touch.
I actually have something that came up, and actually this might be something for Zug and the Iron Council to address. It's the good old question of the CTR LFG channel.
Okay.
And how folks should be addressing or not addressing the trolls in the channel.
Sure. So CTR LFG is, as far as the game is concerned, it is a public channel, meaning that whoever has been in there the longest gets lead, essentially, and they are the ones that can kick people or whatever. So we can't really control that, unfortunately. And so since we cannot control it, we can also not necessarily moderate those that are outside of our guild. And we know that the community is jumping into CTR LFG because they know that that's where people go to find raid groups and such, which is great. And I love these people coming in, and we do have a couple of guys that maybe try to stir up some stuff. And for those guys, all I will say is the same thing that I say all the time. Try not to feed the trolls. And if they're doing something inappropriate, feel free to report them. But there's not a lot that I can do if they're not in the guild because it is a public channel. So, yeah, ignore. You can always ignore the person. You can report them, and that should actually make you ignore them, which is also good, and so on. So I just say, be nice and try not to let them get to you. And if they're getting to you, just ignore them. That'd be the best way to go about it.
I've got a question for Tour Arts. Are there any plans for CTR to host a similar Learn to Raid event like the one Alone is doing? That's from Lacoddle.
I would love to do that. We would just need people willing to host because I am not a raid expert at all. So it's not something that I would personally feel comfortable or feel like I could do justice doing it. But I am more than happy to give people the tools to help do this and help make it a success. So, ctrguildevents@gmail.com. I check that all the time. Hit me up. We can make this a success. I just need the people. Speaking of which, I have something I forgot to talk about. With WOD coming out, we will be doing boot camps again. So if you feel like you would be interested in those, the only way these can happen is if I get people who are willing to host a boot camp session. I'll be posting that on the forum actually within the next couple of weeks, just because it's something that takes some time to plan.
Cool.
Hey guys,
Who was that?
that's Spencer.
Spencer, how are you,
I
buddy?
wanted to jump in because I heard the question about CTRLFG, and I also wanted to bring up the fact that what Darius is working on for the back end for CTR raids will actually help to resolve a lot of that, because we'll be able to use his tool to form our flexes and form our raid teams and things like that, and that will cut down on the amount we need to use CTRLFG.
Ooh, fancy.
I have one other thing just to kind of bounce off something that came in from the guild channel. Zach asked, what do we do if people are acting poorly or like idiots in Mumble? And what we want to express is that we have the channel or the email address ctrofficers@gmail.com, and we really encourage you guys that if there is something that is happening and you are not happy with it, to please let us know what's happening with as much information as you can give us. Screenshots are really, really helpful. If you can't screenshot it, if you can give us a full description of what happened and who was there, that will help us tremendously. But I sometimes hear from people that something has happened and they don't know where to go and where to get help. CTRofficers@gmail.com is the place to go.
Sure. And I would also say, first step would be to go to CTRLFO, the channel that we have in game, see if there's an officer that can help you. And if so, then they can probably take it from there. All the officers have a way that they can get a hold of myself and Jules and Solar and Darius and so that we can take care of things like immediately if we need to, and really try to put an end to problem situations and try to really figure out what's going on. But all the officers are really good at handling issues. So first, I would say go to the in-game channel, /join CTRLFO. Look for an officer there. If you can't find one there, take screenshots and email ctrofficers@gmail.com. If there's like a text chat thing that's going weird or whatever, if there's mumble stuff that's inappropriate, especially in a public channel. In a public channel, this is where we kind of want people to feel welcome and loved and make sure that we usher them into a fun day in Mumble, right? Private channels are private channels. Those are ones that we don't really moderate. Those are for raid teams doing their thing or private groups. And we're like, hey, we'll keep our nose out of it unless there's an issue. If there's issues between players, obviously we have to look into that. But we try not to. We try to stay out of your business as much as possible, because otherwise that's just too much work for us. really, I don't want to do that. I don't want to butt my nose into your affairs all day. No, I got stuff to do. But the public channels we really watch out for. We try to make sure that everybody in there is having a good time. The private channels, obviously, if there's a player problem, try to find an officer in game first, and then go to ctrofficers@gmail. And I think that's probably appropriate, right? Yeah, that sounds good. Anything else?
I'm good here.
All right. Nate, you got any more other questions?
I got nothing.
And Navix, do you have any other questions?
I have one other question from Yamania. They want to know, is the party going to be broadcast live at BlizzCon?
That depends on a couple of different key things. That is one of those things that we want to be able to take care of those people that can't make it to the party. So that is one of the things that we are looking into, and I can't say one way or the other at this point, but we're hopeful that we can do it.
It is a goal of ours.
Yes. But we're just not sure exactly what that will look like or anything like that. We can't promise you anything. Although we would love to promise you something.
And just not keep them.
Right. Exactly.
That's just how I am.
Yeah. Anybody have anything else here? Because we've been going on for about an hour now, so I think that feels about right.
I have two quick things. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my 2-year-old in check, so I forgot these. I'm sorry. I will be looking for more event planners. There'll be an app on the forum, ctrguildevents@gmail.com, when that goes live. Secondly, meet and greets. We did these before. We're going to do them again September 10th, 7 p.m. server time. It's a great way to get questions answered, get to know some guildies, and I'm done.
And I'm done. All right. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And I think that's it for me. So again, I have all the different emails up on the screen right now. ctrofficers@gmail.com, ctrraids@gmail.com for raid liaisons. For events, it's ctrguildevents@gmail.com. Those are the three main emails that you'll need. And if you can only remember one, remember ctrofficers@gmail.com. Then we can distribute it out to those other guys if we need to. And that's going to be it. But, thanks, guys, for joining us for this particular Guild Town Hall. For those guys that are watching not live, thank you very much for picking us up on YouTube or off the website or wherever you find us. And if you guys have any further questions, feel free to contact us at any time. We won't get back to you at any time. We'll get back to you when we can, as soon as we can. But maybe not 3 a.m. That's all I'm saying. All right. If there's nothing else, I think I'll just call it here. And officers, please meet back on the officer shack, and we'll chat about some other things and see if you guys have any questions about the new stuff that's going on and in the greeter ranks or whatever. It doesn't really matter. We'll chat there. So thanks, guys, again, and we'll see you next time, I guess. Bye.